Good afternoon. It's Tuesday the 29th of May. It's just 1 o'clock now. I've come down to local club water and I'm fishing for, or the intention was to fish for tench again today, no pun intended. I'm going to float fish out here for the tench, and then I'm going a bit further out on the feeder with the tench for the tench as well. But the wind's pushing down into this corner perfect. I've seen quite a few fish on other parts of the fishery, but there are people dotted all over in some of those areas. And when I got round to here, there was quite a collection of them in this corner, obviously where the wind's pushing in, so it looks a good spot to make a start. I'm just going to change the reel lines because I've only got £3 on there, so I should go up to about 6 or even 8 here, I think. There's only that one tree, they only touch the water. I've already been and had a climb through the back. They don't go down to the bottom. Apart from that, the rest of it is open. I haven't got anything to worry about. Anyway, I'm going to get my rod set up and then I'll talk to you shortly. What I've done is I've been feeding the 2 spots in the swim just off from these bushes that are out there. I'll show you that on the camera a little bit later. And just out here since I've arrived, and whilst I was doing that I was setting up 2 rods, so I've changed over to £6 straight through on a float rod. It's about 7 foot deep out there, just by these bushes, so I'm going to float fish out there with a single grain of corn on a size 12. I'm using a 1.5 AA float, and I've got a number 4 and a number 6 down the line at the moment, and I might change that in a little bit. And then I've set up the quiver tip rod to fish over there. Once again, £6 straight through. What I've done is I've taken off the cage feeder and I've set up a little 3 swan link ledger that will slide up and down the line. And also, if it does happen to go in those branches and get caught, those shot will slip off of there and it will free the rig up then. It's almost like, when I say free the rig up, it's almost exactly the same as dumping the lead. I've got a small 10-inch hook length of £6 nylon, and I've joined that knotless knot to a size 8 hook, and I've hair rigged a single grain of corn, and I'm going to fish that just over there off of those bushes in a little while. Meanwhile, I'm going to keep baiting up the swim or both spots of it. I'm going to make a start on the float first and then fish across to there with the quiver tip in a little while. I've also got some maggots with me, so if I don't get anything on sweet corn or luncheon meat, I'll perhaps change over to a bunch of maggots. I've also got some lobworms that I can try, but we'll go with the sweet corn approach first of all. Right, I'll make a start. Well, we're into the first fish. Nothing particularly big, I don't think. Looks to be a bream. A lot of debris in this corner blowing in, but then you would expect that. Still, it's a start. Missed that one. It's nice though, temperature's about right, it's not too cold and it's not roasting hot. Ah, that's better. I think this could be our Tench. I was hoping to get a few today, obviously. Yes, it is. I've got 2 nets set up just in case I do catch a carp or latch into a carp. Oh, he's pulling well. Yep, come on. I'm just loose feeding corn at the moment. As I said, I'm not using ground bait or anything today, and I specifically didn't use ground bait because I didn't want to attract the bream. But there we are, there's the first tench of the session. It's only about a pound and a half. It's a little male, that's why it was fighting so well. But that's a good start. Put him in the net. Let's see if we can get a few more. I'd rather play them on the centre pin if I can, but as I said, if the breeze proves too much, I'll swap over to a fixed spool reel and a 13-foot waggler rod. Try and keep a bit of a feed cast rhythm going today. I'm not far out, I'll point the camera around there in a bit. I'm only probably another rod lengths out, so it's nice to catch them in close. Keep feeding that other swim, should I say. Trouble as well is all of this white blossom that's collecting on the line doesn't make it fly through the rings very easily. And there's quite a lot of it in this corner. No, it's gusting up a bit too much. It's worse than when I first arrived here. I think I'll change over. Alright, I'm going to put the seat away a moment and have a change round. Hello there. Hello, mate. That's better. That was a good tench that just... That's better. That was a good tench that just rolled out there now, about 10-15 yards further out from where I'm fishing. Just going to change that shotting pattern a little because we're drifting a bit. So I'll move the other number 8 down to the one number 8, and then I'll move the number 4 a bit further down towards them. Yeah, when I was here yesterday, the anglers I spoke to, nobody had caught anything. It was absolutely dead. Not even the small fish were feeding. It was that hot over here. Carp were all cruising around on the surface. I stayed over here having a look round till late in the evening, and there was a couple of people dotted around the reservoir floater fishing, and they did actually manage a few carp very late on in the evening, but the match anglers that I spoke to hadn't been able to get anything. Roach, bream, tench, not even a little perch were feeding yesterday. I can see why a lot of anglers fish the pole here, because with the depth of water that you've got, sort of 10-12 feet deeper rod length out, and a lot of these overhanging branches, it obviously makes it much easier to fish. I think it's one of those days when it's actually worse with the sunglasses on, to be honest. Yeah, here we are. You should imagine it's another tench. It went very quiet for a little while. I didn't I was getting sort of bites on the drop, and then it just sort of dropped off and died. And I wondered if something had come round to obviously spook the fish a little bit. Pulling well anyway. It's not that big. Must be a little male again, I should imagine, because it's fighting really hard, but it's not particularly big. But it will do. There we go. Ooh. It's chunky though. Very. There really is no other fish quite like the tench. They're absolutely beautiful, skin coloration and big powerful fins. And you see, oops, I'm careful, good job I got a mat down. So slippery. Ooh, hold still. Easy, easy. I was just pointing out, you can see the males because they've got these huge spoon paddled fins and huge pelvic muscles just here, whereas the females don't. Anyway, I'm going to put him back before he escapes. Where it comes in by this bush, it's there we go, and yes, oh yeah, gotta be another one. That's good. Rod is bending a treat. As I was saying, where this bush is, the topography of the bottom comes up, and it's, as I said, about 7 foot deep, about 2 foot off the bush, and then of course it drops away to somewhere deeper, goes down to sort of that 10 foot level. Giving great scrap, so it'd be interesting to see if this one's a male as well. Be interesting to find why all the males are around the same part together. Yeah, oh, that's come out and gone round his fin, that has. But we've got him. Oh, we're getting bigger. This one is actually a female. I'll just let it calm down a moment. Hang on. Need the disgorger. It's got plenty of life in it. Right, hold still, you. Let's get this out of you. I was supposed to go to Snitterton today, fishing for crucians again, but something came up last night and I had to stop at home today to take a phone call, so and sort some stuff out. So it was a late decision to come over here, but that's just absolutely lovely. Well, as I said, I think that's the end of sport for the day. Quite brief really, but most of the fish seem to be on the surface. Tench and carp. So I think we'll call it a day at that. There's some black clouds gathering. I didn't bring the umbrella with me today, so I don't really want to get wet. Anyway, just the 4 fish, the little bream. There's a couple of nice male tench. My goodness, they certainly have got some strength and they're lively. See the big pelvic muscles here, and on the female it isn't, it's just all sleek lines. And the one female. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and once again thanks ever so much for watching, and until the next time, all the best with your angling.